It's another new Irish whiskey, and this one has been highly anticipated. Yes, it's the first core range single malt from Dingle, but does it live up to expectations? Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts. What's up, whiskey lovers, and welcome to another episode of Whiskey Straight with me, Big Al. And yes, it is Dingle time. My first review of a Dingle in this channel, and it is, as I said in the introduction, the much anticipated Dingle Single Malt, their first core release, because up until now they've just been releasing in small batches. So this one is here to stay, and in the interests of openness and transparency, I was sent this bottle by Dingle specifically for review, but as always on this channel I will give my thoughts, and it will not be swayed in any way by Dingle's generosity in giving this bottle to me. So, is this one going to stand out as a core release? They've taken their time to do it, but it has been done right. And why do I say that? Well, it's non-chill filtered, it's natural colour, it's bottled at 46.3% ABV. Yes, it's 49 quid for a retail price. It is a tad high, but is it a price that is worth paying for something that's done right? I've already gone through the spec on it, but what you also need to know is this is a single malt that has been matured in ex-bourbon and ex-PX sherry casks, and that's 39% bourbon, 61% PX casks. So that should bring out loads of flavour, and you know what? Just let's get right on into it. And if you haven't happened to have a pour of this, I probably don't because it's fairly new, but if you do, wing some into your glass and drink along, and sure, if not, grab something Irish and we'll have a bit of crack, break this down and see if this is a keeper. Sláinte. On the nose, it's a malty arrival with a splash of lime. It's also a touch musty. Now, I'm not saying musty as in like an old abandoned house or anything like that. You know, that smell you get when things lie dormant for a while. I'm talking about musty here in terms of the remnants of the barrel after maturation and the rich, bold flavours and aromas it imparts. And what I'm getting there in terms of that is what you would expect from a PX cask. It's dark fruits. There's that definite sherry influence there. And those dark fruits, raisins, sultanas. But while that's there, interestingly here, what is more prominent on the nose is there's quite a lot of fruitiness going on here. And it's nice, initially citrus fruits by way of lime. I get strawberry, there's some pear in there, and even a touch of raspberry as well. But one thing that's really interesting about this whiskey is there's an underlying element of mintiness that runs right through it. And there's that low-flying plane again. I think he likes my reviews, watching them from above. Frank. Oh well, cheers mate. Have a good one. But anyway, let's get back to it. As I was saying, there's this underlying element of a mintiness that runs right throughout this, and it's like the binding agent that holds all those aromas together, and it's almost like, quite unlike any other Irish whiskey single malt I've had before, it's almost like it's a signature. It's like, I'm Dingle, and this is what makes you know it. So let's go and find out if that comes through on the tasting as well. And right off, the answer is yes, it does. It's immediately to the fore, right on the arrival. But with it initially. Here comes that lime again, but it has a spicy, zingy element to it. A bit of mixed spice in there too, has a nice zesty zing. But again, there's that mintiness. It's not overly apparent in some ways, and it could be hard to put your finger on, but it's there, and it is very distinctive. Again, that cherry influence coming through. Dark fruit, caramelized apple, and that apple is livened up with a touch of ginger, cinnamon, spiciness. And as it develops on the palate, as it goes towards the back of the palate, particularly the roof of the mouth, it's like the flavour of a cinnamon lozenge. Tingles around the edges a bit, but it retains a lot of those flavours, and you still have that caramelised onion.
Onion, fuck me on. Caramelised apple.
Going on, and it's really, really nice. It definitely is. Let's go in again. Now we're more into the raisin sultanas, the dark stewed fruits, mixed spice, cinnamon spice, and even coming onto that, there's like a slight dusting of vanilla as well. It's very subtle, but it's there, and it sort of helps to combine all those flavours nicely and give it a nice wee edge without being too much, without being over the top. There's a lot going on here, all things that I like. So on the finish now, the finish is more on the long side. Initially I was thinking it's medium to long, but it definitely is long. Retains that sultana's mixed spice thing going on. But as I said, this I think will be a very distinctive whisky even in a blind tasting, because it does have what I'd be referring to already as that Dingle signature underlying minty element that is combined in with all those other flavours. And as it subsides,
what's happening there? Fucking cat. Bloody cat's playing with my microphone. Oh, couldn't watch him. Anything for attention, but anyway.
As I say, as those darker flavours sort of subside, what's nice about this is it's like that fruity element is the one that lasts the longest. And that's a wee bit of spice on it, but it's more of a lime fondant, and it's there right at the back of the palate, and it's just reminding you that this is a whisky that has a lot going on, and the influence of both the bourbon and the PX casks are in here, and they are balanced perfectly well. This is a lovely whisky. It just really is. It's hitting all the right spots for me. It ticks all the boxes. It's whisky done right. And you know what? Dingle do things in a small way. You know, and that's probably sometimes why the prices are a wee bit higher. But, you know, we have to look at it here, right down to the marketing, the packaging, the bottle. Like, it's a classic bottle, sturdy bottle, one that you could keep and hold on to, even as a wee decanter, so to speak. But definitely one to hang on to. And you know what? Graham Call and the team down there have done a fantastic job with bringing this out. It's obvious it wasn't rushed. It's obvious it was done right. And I tell you what, it damn well hits the spot for me. I can't find any fault with it at all. In fact, I'm going to get some more of this because it's really lovely. And as usual, all the links in relation to Dingle and where you can get it, you can buy it direct from the distillery. They'll be down in the description below. And for me, well done Dingle, well done Graham and the team. I'm thoroughly digging this, and it's going to be a good solid 90 points for me. This is one that I'll keep going back to. It's a great core range. It was worth the wait, and looking forward to what's coming next. But this is definitely one to have on your shelf. So if you haven't got it yet, go out and seek it out. You'll not be disappointed. So thanks once again for hanging out, folks. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to my new subscribers for all your interaction over the last few videos, and to my patrons, and a now subscribe star as well to you guys who support me in that way. It really means a lot to me. It's helping the channel to stay and to innovate and hopefully get better, and as well as buying whiskey, buying more groovy shirts here like Piranha Joe. Piranha Joe and me go back a long way, but that's another story. So anyway, until the next time, folks, you look after yourselves, look after each other, and keep on drinking your whiskey the way you like it. Sláinte. Thanks for watching, folks. I really do appreciate it. Please check out these other reviews, and if you'd like to support the channel, the best way is by subscribing, liking and commenting. And don't forget to ring that bell for all video notifications so you don't miss out on any future content. Cheers.